So anime localizers are absolutely crashing out after Crunchyroll got caught using AI. After Crunchyroll hired somebody to localize the anime and translate it, and they got caught using AI. That's right, boys. And if you don't hate localizers enough, you will after this video. I'm going to prove exactly why localizers have been tearing the industry up, boys. That's right, because they are a menace. They're a menace in the industry. Let's get into it. Honestly, if AI takes over localizing these anime, I wouldn't be opposed. Instead of doing their job of translating accurately, they instead ruin the work of someone else because they feel they need to push these agendas. That's right, boys. These localizers care less about conveying the author's intent originally and, following the author's direction. They care more about seeing how much they can actually get away with. And if you do not believe me, I will prove it to you by the end of this video. Also, localizers ruin Call of the Night subtitles. That's right, boys. They hit Call of the Night, one of my favorite freaking anime that I have ever watched, one of the best romance anime that I have seen, and it is a very, very large target, has a very big large target on its back from the people that do not like that kind of stuff. Anime and art is definitely not the place where your politics should take precedence. Okay, you should be able to enjoy art even if the artist has a different politics than you do. Not that politics should be in an anime to begin with. Localizers ruin Call of the Night subtitles called Virgins Incels. That's right, boys. If you guys don't know, the main character of this is super relatable to a lot of men, and so them calling men incels or viewers of the freaking anime that relate to the main character incels is absolutely insane. Here they say localizers, Midori targets incels with the screenshot. That's right, boys, with the absolute screenshot. They thought we missed it. We didn't. Reality, green is virgin. So virgin or virginity, specifically male. It can also be used as a noun or an adjective. So the correct translation, this is not something that freaking a localizer could mess up. Google freaking translated it better than the localizer, proving that the localizer did not want to follow the artist's intent. Correct translation, Midori targets the virgin types. Here they wrote Midori targets the incel types. That's right, boys. Absolutely insane. What modern audience were they trying to find here? I don't know. Looks like they already changed it. Which site has this translated? Dude, they literally already changed it, boys. I've already found that shit and said, nah, get that out of here. This didn't last very long, did it? Oh my goodness. If this was on Crunchyroll, this would have been 3 months of having to deal with that. Nope, High Dive got that shit right out of there. Which site has this translation? Because I watched it on High Dive earlier today and it was translated as virgin, not incel. Must be Crunchy Cuck. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. YouTube commenters or like Reddit commenters crack me the fuck up sometimes. This is ridiculous. Perhaps they caught it and tried to change it undetected. Too bad we have the evidence. That's right, boys. We have the evidence. The issue is, right, I support High Dive a lot more than I do Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll kind of has a monopoly on the industry, but more likely they changed it afterwards. So this person's saying that they changed it afterwards because rippers ripped the subs almost instantly. So Virgins was in the first version. Oh, okay. So it makes sense. So the ripper immediately checked it and ripped it and changed it to virgin so that we didn't have to deal with that. Thank God you are the most goated ripper I've ever seen. AI myths versus reality. Myths, AI has too many mistakes to trust. Reality, your business is already making mistakes. You can't see them. AI plus humans fix this. Here's the proof, works every time. Yeah, totally fine with them getting replaced by AI with a prayer. Oh my God, localizers can't read kanji. What a surprise. Next, they will say anime talking is overreacted. Oh God, dude, that's what they did for actors too. Go to any convenient and on all odds are like fighting scenes from anime. I can't even mention beef added in local conveni. Oh my God. Close enough. Welcome back, Dragon Maids. Episode 1. Maybe AI translation wasn't so bad. I'll have to watch the episodes again, but I don't recall this. They might have already fixed it. It's hilarious that this happened days after the Crunchyroll AI drama because they were also crashing out on the freaking AI drama, boys. That's right, boys. The literal freaking localizers that we just saw butcher an artist, projection of what they wanted the anime to be, what they wanted the anime to say. butcher it to support something that they would rather, show you and call you an incel. Well, it turns out that these localizers were also bitching about the fact that Crunchyroll used AI and they're now terrified for their jobs. Maybe do your freaking job right. Now, I do not support AI taking over people's jobs in art. Okay, I really don't. But it's like holding back the tide. It's like holding back the sea. And with the current political, environment, yeah, dude, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. Okay. Now we can want things, but there's things that just aren't going to happen without actual freaking policy changing. But that being said, these localizers are absolutely insane. Localizers gloat about vandalizing the creator's intent and changing the meaning of source material. They have before, they will again, they always do. Now they are so distressed that the licensor and owners resort to AI translation, and anime fans, even the most anti-AI among them, are laughing at them losing. What a mystery. Yeah, exactly. What a freaking mystery. This is where it gets crazy, because these people literally think that you should have to pay for them to live if they lose their job as a localizer to AI. They think that you should have to pay for them to live rather than them going to have and get a real job like you and me. Okay, listen to listen to this. Mansplainers aren't popular with the ladies, and over here on the right it literally says, let me grab me so I can move y'all. TL, a man who dwells on the past is not popular with the ladies. That's right, boys. A man who does not dwell on the past is not popular with the ladies, or who does dwell on the past is not popular with the ladies. Mansplainers aren't popular, boys. They're mansplaining. That's what it is. Oh my goodness. You can tell who wrote that one. Listen to this one. This one's crazy. Curry is made by me, a Japanese, not an Indian, authentic ? Can I even call this curry, or is it cultural appropriation? Goddamn, that cultural appropriation. It's just coming into everywhere. Cultural appropriation to ruin the anime and video games, and now it's even curry. Dude, these people are so insufferable. I really can't get over them. Look at this. The true joy of localizing is seeing what you can get away with. That's right, boys. This was a localizer that said this. This was a tweet from a localizer. If you do not hate them enough, well, now you do. Absolutely insane. But this is where they're begging, saying that if they lose their job to AI, because you don't support them doing what they're doing, well, them adding cultural appropriation and changing the meaning of the words is going to be the least of your problems, because you're going to have to pay for them to live. That's right, boys. Nah, put the fucking fries in the damn bag. Here we go. Listen to this. This is ridiculous. Localizers like Sarah and Katrina cause this. Just if you didn't think Sarah was a problem enough, shitty translations of your favorite series that you had to pay more for, and the elder fans who helped build the industry with their localizers broke. That's right, boys. They're gonna be broke. Now let's get into this. Look at this. If you think anime and manga localizers are insufferable now, warning you about AI taking over our jobs and giving the fans a shitty product, just wait until 2 years later from now, when we're all begging for mutual aid every day. So they're literally, dude, they are just not dedicated to get a job. They're just, nope, I'm not changing my profession. I will never work like the rest of you peasants. I'll never have to work like the rest of you peasants. I'll be able to live off of freaking mutual aid for the rest of my freaking life. Jesus, dude, these people are crazy. I jest, and I'm a genuinely optimistic person, but this is kind of what we're looking at if fans don't force the industry to course correct now. Fans couldn't force the industry to course correct if they wanted to. That's the issue. Even if a small minority literally chose to stop paying for the anime to save the localizers, the issue is there would be a vast majority that didn't. Okay, and it's just something that's not going to happen. Shitty translations of your favorite series that you had to pay more for, and the elder fans who helped build the industry with their localizations broke. That's right, boys. They're gonna go broke. Absolutely insane. We are extremely struggling, one woman and one cat operation, to support our coverage as well as literally keep our roof over our heads. Please donate to our Cash App with their freaking pay. Yo, that's insane. Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious. Yeah, localizer and real art. And of course, we are course correcting, all right, to a world with the quality of localizations and no ideologies masquerading as translators. Yeah, they they keep saying that things will get shittier. Oh shit, I fucked up. Sorry about that, boys. They keep saying that things will get shittier. I am here to tell you that even Grok is getting better with translating Japanese. Pick a Japanese politician or any Japanese text that looks hard with 3 lines or more. Hit the button and judge for yourself. Now, this is also the issue with AI, right? Because the person that makes the AI can literally force their ideologies through as well. Okay, we literally need people to accurately translate it, that care about the original art, that want the original artist's objective to get portrayed. That's what we want. That's what we need. Now, the issue is we've got a bunch of localizers straight out of college that don't give a fuck, that literally care more about how much they can get away with, seeing how much they can get away with, than actually doing their job of portraying the artist's freaking original intent. Okay, that's where it's an art. That's where it's but you just need to accurately translate it first. You're not even at that stage, bud. You're nowhere even near that stage. Now, I wanted to draw attention to this. This is a stop changing the story. Anime deserves better. This is a rumble. It is a very small rumble. It has not gotten many views, but this is a great rumble. Now, I will leave this in a link below the page. You guys can go through these sources yourself to actually see what's going on. This dude links some very good sources. I might cover it in a video later, but I'll just read the top page for y'all. More anime fans are calling out Western localization for rewriting original dialogue and altering characters to fit modern ideologies. These changes often distort the creator's intent and spark backlash from fans seeking authenticity. Examples include ideological tweaks in Blue Box, Dragon Ball, Stop Hibari-kun, prompting concerns and overreach. Fans argue localizers should translate, not interpret, so anime retains its original meaning and cultural context. That's right, boys. And I don't mean cultural appropriation. All right, boys. But that's it for me. You guys let me know what you think about this and these anime localizers. Are they paper or are they plastic, boys? Are they that good, crisp, clean, good shit that we need in the anime industry, or are they that plastic shit that Karina Butger was smoking? Okay, you guys let me know down below what these VAs are smoking. All right, let me know down below. I'm gonna go with plastic. These motherfuckers are plastic as fuck. Okay, they're plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins. Aliens come from Saturn, the size of Saturn, come to take over the anime industry and turn us all into freaking incels and mansplaining wannabes. Okay, well, you can't mansplain or incel as hard as these freaking anime characters, and you just aren't doing it right, so you need to try a little bit harder. Okay, all right, boys. I love all of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. At the beginning of my videos, I've been getting a lot of dislikes from a bunch of freaking tourists that got in here from the interview a while back. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to boost it in the algorithm, boys, because, they're hitting me hard. All right, boys, but that's going to be it for me. GG's. Peace.